Five Nights at Freddy's, one of the biggest horror games in a series me and some of the guys here in the collective are a fan of. It is hailed as one of the most important horror series. Hi, I'm Swim, and today I will be ranking the FNaF games. This rank is based entirely on my own opinion. I will not be ranking the movie, books, or spin-offs. I will, however, be ranking World. I will also be separating DLCs from the main games, so Ruin and Curse of Dreadbear will appear separately from Help Wanted and Security Breach. This rank is for fun, so please take it easy in the comments. I encourage you all to post your own ranks there. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. I won't spend too much time on this one because I'm sure everybody here shares the same opinion, but my god, this game sucks. I get what they tried to do with this game, but it just didn't work out at all. It ended up being a forgettable cash grab that is universally hated, for good reason. Thankfully, this game's servers were closed a few days ago at the time of recording this, because it really outstayed its welcome. Who knows, maybe in the future we will get an even worse game, but for now, this will sit at the bottom of my list in number 14. I had a hard time picking which game should be in this spot, but I went for this. This game had great potential but fell far short of what it could have been for me. It's affected by common FNaF game issues, such as being rushed and having a poor story. It also has really bad animation. Many of the characters have the same boring mechanics, and most of all, the game takes so long to learn. Some of the characters are also just extremely broken, such as Toy Freddy and Foxy. However, I think this game does have some saving graces. I think some of the game's mechanics are fantastic, such as Funtime Foxy, who I think is one of the most unique characters in the whole franchise. The OSTs in this game are also amazing, and they make me enjoy the game with so many flaws a bit more. This may ruffle some feathers, but after hours of playing this game, it just isn't good. Controversial, but I think this might be the most boring game in the franchise. I think, like UCM, if Scott just spent a bit more time with it could have been great, but it was sadly rushed. This game probably has the worst gameplay loop in the series, as it's just so damn repetitive. Toy Bonnie and Willy Foxy are also incredibly broken after night 5, which really affects the gameplay. The music box mechanic is also just far too demanding and ruins the good aspects of this game. Oh yeah, and then there's that danger ambience. However, there is some light in this game. Like the other original 3 games, it has a fantastic story. It introduces us to classic characters such as the Puppet and Purple Guy. Some of the animatronics also have incredible designs, like Withered Bonnie, who's easily one of my favourite characters in the series. I can't deny the first playthrough of this game is incredible and something every fan of the series would love to experience again, but after time this game just gets old quick. The good news is, from here, I like all these games. This DLC had some cool levels, but if I'm honest, it just isn't that memorable and I don't have much to say about it. I think if it had some more cool levels, then I would rank it higher, but I will place it here in number 11. I never used to like this game, but around 9 months ago I replayed it, and man is this game good. This game's story and ending are amazing, easily one of the best we've had in the franchise. The characters' designs are also incredible, excluding Afton, with Lefty and Scrap Baby being 2 of the best we've gotten to date. This game's horror is also incredible, being one of the scariest we've got in the series despite being really light-hearted at times. The Tycoon and Selfish segments are also really good and unique too, something I hope we see more of in the future. However, this game just has one fatal flaw: the Office segments. They are really boring and sometimes really tough to get through. They aren't bad by any means, but they definitely aren't good, which is sad because it takes up the majority of this game. It pains me to rank this game this low, as it is a great game, but with that being said, we must move on to the next game. Again, another solid release with a really solid story and lore. The gameplay in this game is mostly really good, with the good ending being one of the best fun endings to get in this series. It also, of course, gave us Springtrap, who is easily one of the best characters in the franchise by a landslide. However, like 6, this game has flaws. The Phantom animatronics are so mid compared to every single other animatronic type in the franchise. God, I hate when I accidentally stay on Phantom Mangle's camera for too long and get my ears obliterated. Again, it feels hard ranking it this low, but now we move on to the really good games. This game is really damn good. The mix in this game of classic FNaF gameplay with new never seen before gameplay is incredible. The idea to make a FNaF game in VR was genius, and the game ended up being a horror masterpiece in VR. However, there is one flaw with this game. It just isn't that good in flat mode. Flat mode is a buggy mess and is nowhere near as good as the game in VR. Oh yeah, and Plush Baby exists. But overall, I think this game is still really solid experience and definitely one worth 100% completing. Back when this game first released, I wouldn't have ranked this game this high if my life depended on it. However, as time has gone by and this game received major patches, it has grown on me massively. This game, upon replaying, is probably the most fun I've ever had in a FNaF game, mainly because it doesn't feel like the standard FNaF game when you sit in an office the whole night. That being said, there is just one problem: the after ending. It completely ruins the story, and is a clear reason why the lore is terrible after 6. That being said, this game, like Help Wanted, is also huge fun to fully complete, and I highly recommend those who played it on release and were disappointed to check it out again, as your opinion might change drastically like mine did. I won't spend too long on this because I actually haven't played it myself, but from what I've seen, this game is incredible, and just more proof that Steelwall are more than capable of making FNaF games. The level design in this game is completely unique and is something I hope we get more of in the future. I may remake this video in the future when I've replayed this game properly, but for now I think 6th is a fair spot for this game. The game that started it all. This game has aged shockingly well and still holds up today almost 10 years after its release. This game's visuals are stunning, especially when Chica is in the restrooms or Bonnie is backstage. This game's story, though small, also holds up really well and creates so much mystery around the game, which I absolutely love. Everything from this game's characters to the gameplay itself is just untouchable and is objectively the best game in the franchise without doubt. This is what Scott can produce when he doesn't rush his games, and it is masterful. This game has been given a rough time lately since a certain purple dog made a video stating the game's flaws, and I have a hard time figuring out why. To me, this game is all-round an incredible experience, and this is actually the only game to truly have 5 nights. The fun times are some of the most unique characters with perfect designs. The nights in this game are also really good, with Private Room and the Custom Night being the 2 best nights in the whole series. I also love how this game steps away from the classic FNaF formula and introduces a more free roam style, which is something I love to see from the series. We also cannot forget that this game is the game that gave us voice acting, and without it, characters like Funtime Freddy would be extremely boring and irrelevant. Overall, this game is amazing, but just misses top 3 for me. This is just amazing. This took what Security Breach did and perfected it and amplified it to a level far better than the base game, all while being a DLC. Yet again, this game has amazing designs, story and gameplay, but most of all, just feels like an amazing experience to play. This game actually has great replayability, unlike many FNaF games, and is packed with 3 endings, and is just great to 100% complete. I do hope we get more like this in Security Breach in the future, as I do love the more free roam gameplay style. It makes the possibilities for where the franchise can go infinite, and it makes me hopeful for the future. If I needed to sum this game up in one word, it would be entertaining. This game is fun at the start and is fun when you finish Update 2. This game is both visually stunning and audibly stunning, having what is easily the best soundtrack to a FNaF game without doubt in my mind, and that's coming from a metal fan. And the best thing about this, despite how good the main game is Update 2, like Ruin, which completely blows away the base game. Both Update 1 and 2's creativeness are incredible, with every moment feeling like it has years worth of work put into them. Even the darkest moments of character hunting, this game just remains fun the whole time and is a solid experience. That being said, there can only be one number 1. This game is a horror masterpiece. From the opening scene of Night 1 to the end of Blind Mode Mad Freddy Insta-Foxy, this game remains a thrilling experience which people tend to hate for reasons I will never understand. The Nightmare animatronics are by far the most frightening animatronic designs and are easily my favourite. They take the nights from a simple gaming experience to a horror masterclass in a matter of seconds. The mechanics in this game are also absolute perfection. The breathing is easily one of the most unique things we've seen in the series in a hot minute, and actually require you to concentrate when playing the game, something you do not have to do when you play the prior games to this. This game is also perfect at putting the player under pressure using fear. Let's face it, who isn't scared when running up to the Nightmare Bonnie or Chica's door, or turning back to the bed to flash Freddy on the later nights? I could talk about this game and its perfection all day, but I will end it at this. To those who hate this game for being too scary, if you hate this game for being too scary, why did you willingly buy it knowing it was a horror game? I rest my case. And that's a wrap on my rank. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider supporting this channel. Me and the guys will be dropping more videos very soon, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Anyway, this is the end. Have a good one.